HalloWeekends Daylight is just what it sounds like. This is all the stuff that we can do during the day and that you can see. I enjoyed actually just walking down the midway and taking photographs. As you'll see, a lot of it's just stuff you can see as you go down the midways. So there are a few of these little gourd collections and mums, really pretty throughout the park, at least on the non-scare half of the park. And also these little tents next to Kindy Kingdom, little games the kids could play. And there's a whole bunch of things the kids could do that I didn't get around to. Also, there's a trick-or-treat that I didn't really get to show you. So these guys are all the fun skeletons. Well, they're huge, actually. They're probably about 12 foot tall. The skeletons you can see going down the boardwalk midway where Wild Mouse is and the giant wheel. And these big skeletons are everywhere, but also you see the small skeletons are hanging off the signs for the rides. I thought that was kind of cute, actually. Hanging off the sides of buildings. We'll get there. You'll see that. Some really funny poses. It's just a great way for people to have the joy of Halloween and seeing things without any of the real frights. Imagine trying to make a basket over him with him guarding the hoop. I think this one's trying to say hi. I'm not really sure. And unfortunately, I don't have a lot of audio in here because these are actually just pictures taken that I stitched together without adding audio. And I don't have any music right at the moment besides heavy metal, and I didn't think it would fit into this video, so I didn't put that in there. This was actually one of my favorite scenes. I'm not really sure what all these skeletons were doing, but it just looked comical. It'd be more fun if these were actually hanging off a gatekeeper instead of this column. And yes, these were shot at different times of day. That's why, if you noticed, the sun's up high and few, and then there's some towards the end where the sun's lower. That's because I missed those skeletons the first time through. Well, looks like this guy lost his head. Not really sure what he's doing. Wow, I'm the strongest skeleton on the block. Scrambler, anyone? And this one looks like he really needs to use the bathroom. And yes, I did stop to take photos of Windseeker, but those will be for another nerdy video, I think. I'll add those in later. And this time of year, the whole boardwalk becomes the Bone Walk. I forgot to mention that. That's what all these skeletons are about. And these are probably my favorite little scenes with these skeletons hanging off this building. And as we finish up this walk through the Bone Walk, as we get towards the end, I'm going to go over and show you some of the signs with all the food that's available, the special food for this time of year. These must be the skeletons that are too afraid to ride Gatekeeper. They're just clinging on for dear life outside of it.
And now
course, it wouldn't be complete without a trip to the ride graveyard. Oh, rip Mantis. I do miss you. But I'm starting to get along with your replacement Rougarou. And Demon Drop, you're not dead. You're at Dorney Park. Which, by the way, I recommend a trip to Dorney Park. It's a great little park. The lines aren't that long. You can ride Iron Menace.
They used to have a cable car going back from Iron Dragon back
I don't have anything for little circle. Actually, that's probably it right there.
And already ripped Snake River Falls. Don't mind the tree. More of my favorite shirt.
Oh yeah, no. Good luck. Can you go get it? You have a husky.
Oh, do you want one of these?
Right, watch out.
It's what? Whatever it is.
Some of the mazes have shirts. So here are the interactive lanterns they have. They're supposed to interact with some of the sights and terrors of Halloween. Different areas will light up different and tell you different things. And here are the no-boo necklaces for people who don't want scared as they walk past like Steel Vengeance Maverick. So from here forward, if you're worried about a jump scare, you're going to need one of those little no-boo necklaces I showed you at Mr. Knight's Emporium. Sorry, that's Mr. Midnight. I feel like I'm about to get a jump scare. Okay, time for our nerd break. You knew I couldn't have a video without this in here, right? You knew I couldn't just do a straight tourist type video. So anyway, the question is, you can't see the chain, how do you know it's moving? Well, my quickest way of knowing whether it's operating, whether it's up and running, is to actually look up and find a sprocket. And in this case, wonderfully Steel Vengeance sent a train over at the exact time. And here's an idler sprocket. Sometimes you can use that too. Either one. In the case of corkscrew here, I just shot the head sprocket. It was so much simpler than that, but I also know that B&M is the exception, and I will cover that in another video on how to tell those. In the case of Millennium Force, it has these guide wheels for the cable. You can see them sporadically up the lift hill. The closer you get to the crown of the lift hill, the more and more you'll see, and the closer together that they will be. Obviously, some of these you'll see again at night. This is the daytime shot. Like him, he's a heck of a lot creepier at night when he actually moves. Of course, Frontier Town is littered with all kinds of tombstones everywhere. Really spooky at night, not so much now. Look at the creepy watchmen of Frontier Town this time of year. They're not so bad in the daylight, but they look like they can be pretty creepy at night, especially if the eyes light up. I've never seen them at night, so we'll see. And this is the other warning that you're entering the scare zone. This is on the Millennium Force side of the scare zone. It's actually a little bit after Millennium Force. So this is a stage for one of the shows that they usually do on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights. But of course, I was here on a Sunday, so all I could do was show you some of the instruments and give you a little look at what it looks like. And this is why they don't let you film in the haunted houses. You can't see much, and you slow down the line.
What's wrong up there? You're going slow.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not slow. I'm gonna get the hell out. My lady! Oh, you want to send that drink with anybody? I'm thirsty too!
Stop!
So, just got out of Bloodbath. Wasn't all that scary, but I had a lot of fun with the actors. They did a good job. I enjoyed a good time, and boy, the girls ahead of me were screaming. Sorry. I mean, I may have helped make them scream a little more. That was fun. Let's try the next one. Yep, I zoomed in on the eddy brakes. For those who don't know, that's a magnetic brake that slows down the train but cannot stop and hold. So, Fairground Freak Show did get me with one good jump scare and one good actor scare that I didn't see them coming, but most of them I kind of saw. The one about to get me, I just turned around and looked at him. I'm sorry, I kind of knew you'd be behind me. I'm last in line. It was a lot of fun. This is actually a lot of fun. Not scary, at least I don't think so, but maybe the next one. Well, just did their slaughterhouse. That was a lot of fun. So there's these two younger girls that were a little scared and they wanted me to go front. So I went front and I'm pretty sure I signaled at least 3 monsters to scare them and not me because I saw them. And then at the very end, I couldn't resist myself. I went through and then turned around and screamed boo at them and they just about pissed their pants. It was kind of funny. Sorry, couldn't resist. I'd probably be a better scare actor than going to a house. So the haunting at Lake Erie Estates was probably the most fun yet. It was really, really dark and hard to see anybody, so there's a lot more people able to get close and scare you. But my favorite had to have been the guy in the hockey mask who literally followed the girl in my group for a good 3 rooms before he actually scared her. I probably gave him away. Oops, my bad. But it was hilarious. It's been more fun watching people get scared than actually being scared. Not a good jump scare in that one, though. Jump scares are my weakness, not the screamsters. So I think Midnight was a much better house. I got 4, maybe 5 good jump scares from actual people. Yeah, that was good. I enjoyed that. It was a lot more fun. It's more fun when they can get you as opposed to just walking by and saying, hi, how's it going? But I like doing that too. I do tend to like to interact with the screamsters. It kind of makes it fun. I love these tanks. They kind of reminded me of the little Lego heads you had on the little Lego guys. I mean, come on, don't they? Okay, they're big, but that's what they remind me of. You would have seen this first had I come in the front gate, but I don't come in the front gate. You're going to see it at the very end when it's darker. Normally I go in other gates. The main gate's too crowded, and that's where everybody goes in. Plus it's too far from Millennium Force if you want to make the first train. It's nearly impossible to make the first train this far away, unless they're all going to other coasters. Had a great time. It was actually my first haunted house. I will definitely be back to do this again.